And yeah, definitely, I hear you with that. The second topic is, I heard you talking about Ted Turner. And I was talking with my roommate last night, and we were doing research about eugenics and the UN policy, you know, with lady stuff. And
I got to let you go, man. You started. I was getting UN policy and Ted Turner, but your phone just cut out, man. I don't like doing that, but at the same time, we got to let the show flow, and I have to understand what you're saying to me. David in California. David, you're on the line.
Oh, wow. Awesome. First off, I want to say that is an awesome movie. Thank you very much for all the hard work you and the crew put in making it. But one of my family members who saw the movie said, I don't even know how to properly say it. He believes that because the Russians, were supposedly occupying Afghanistan and not,
And again, you know what, you have to point out to the guy, because that is the official line on history. You have to point out that subsection in the movie where Brzezinski is quoted in La Nouvelle Observateur. Now, we just have Peter Dale Scott talking about it, but if you get that article, and I use the Counterpunch article, which cites the La Nouvelle Observateur article, you don't even need that. Robert Gates, the current Secretary of Defense, also wrote about how they were funding the Mujahideen prior to the Soviet invasion to goad them in. So there we have it. We have two separate sources. We have, number one, the current Secretary of Defense, Robert Gates, who was heavily involved in the Iran-Contra affair, by the way. I would like to get more into that, but again, you have a limited time period. And former National Security Advisor and still major player Zbigniew Brzezinski talking about it. He has to understand that he has been a victim of mainline propaganda, and these people are literally laughing in his face that he refuses to look beyond the mainstream. And these sources, by the way, are mainstream. They're out of the horse's mouth. It is an interview with Zbigniew Brzezinski and Robert Gates, David. I mean, that's how you got to come out with them, man. You just got to show them that. I mean, that's the bottom line.
One last thing I want to say. If you and Jones are these co-agitators from Planet Pop or whatever, I'm the king. All right?
Hey, man, I am a regular guy. I'm not a co-agitator. I'm not some kind of an agent. I can sit there and literally show pictures of myself growing up, playing baseball with my grandma at my college. No, people are going to tell you that I am a reptilian Mossad agent from the star system Sirius, and it's unfortunate that there are those COINTELPRO operatives out there that get these mockingbirds to repeat that information. But Luke, I mean, I know that you've been this as well. There is so much disinfo thrown out there that is just Johnny nonsense about yourself, myself, Alex Jones, and really anybody who's making a difference against this system.
I mean, there's a lot of hate out there, whether it's some paranoid schizophrenic or whether it's just ops that, within the government, they just want to destroy you and put you down. But whatever it is, you can't let it get to you. You got to know yourself that you're doing something right. And as long as you're listening to yourself, listening to your heart, there's nothing that could stop you or deter you. I mean, they could talk all the trash they want, but we have to expect that. We're not doing anything wrong. We're doing what we feel is right. We're doing God's word pretty much, and we're busting our humps trying to, save humanity. So whatever they want to say about us, I don't even care. It doesn't even acknowledge me. It doesn't even bother me because I know we got a mission to take care of, and we got to stay straight on this road and not divert to any little crazy theory about us.
Absolutely, and we're going to go to David in New Jersey in just a moment, but I want to read another little small review of the film. This movie is devastating to the people that have tried to tell us that the New World Order doesn't exist or that it's some sort of altruistic world peace revolution. Jason Bermas absolutely knocked this one out of the park. What are your thoughts, David in New Jersey?
Hey, Jason. I saw the film. I saw half of it. When I saw it, it was amazing. I showed it to my mom.
Excellent.
She thought she was afraid to watch the rest of it.
Well, at least you got the beginning in there, man, and I think that she will come around to watching the rest of it. I remember my first awakening to these subjects. Although I wasn't shutting the films off, I was definitely having trouble grasping these realities. And I did lose sleep. I did wake up in cold sweats. But at the same time, I said to myself, you know what? I'm not a child, and this is back when I am literally 21 years old. I said to myself, I'm not a child. I need to stop acting like one. I am an adult. I need to take the thumb out of my mouth, stop sucking it, and get out of the fetal position and take action, David. You know, we can't be crippled by fear. I don't think that I came at this movie with any kind of fear-mongering or trying to scare people, but I need them aware of what we're up against, David. Yeah,
that's what happened to me after I saw Endgame. Mm-hmm. That movie is probably the scariest movie I've ever seen. If you've seen Invisible Empire, I recommend you go see Endgame, because it's mind-blowing.
Well, Endgame is another movie out there about the New World Order. It's by Alex Jones, and where it differs from mine, instead of just a all-out history lesson, it's integrated with the history of eugenics and this transhumanist agenda. I appreciate the call, David. Luke, I remember being at the premiere of Endgame in New York City with you and thinking to myself, wow, this is yet another powerful film that has the potential to reach millions, and it did.
Yeah, it was a great event. A lot of people loved the movie. We had, Immortal Technique there, Dead Prez there. It was an amazing event. And we're going to be doing, events this year again in New York City for the 9th anniversary. We're trying to build a way for the 10th anniversary, which is going to be in about a year and a half. But this 9/11, we're going to do what we always do, and we're going to raise money for first responders. This year we're also planning on raising money for veterans who are coming back and are wounded from the war, but we're looking for an organization that is not pro-war that we could actually donate the money to. So if you know any, please contact me on Facebook, or the contact's up on wearechange.org, and we're going to keep fighting for what's right. Every 9/11, we have to make a stand here in New York City and make sure that the people here know that there still is a large number of people who are not going to back down.
That's right, and it was with a heavy heart that I wasn't able to attend this year's events on 9/11. I'd been there in 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, and 2008, and you can bet that I will be there in 2009 or 2010 and 2011 when it is the 10th anniversary, because I believe that we can have a better showing than we did on the 5th anniversary. As I espoused then, before the 5th anniversary, Americans like 5s, 10s, 20, 25s. So the 10th anniversary has the potential to be the biggest yet, and we have to build on that through the 9th anniversary and the next year following. Let's go to Betsy in California. Betsy, you're on the line.
Hi, Jason. First of all, I'd like to say it's a great honor that you have Luke Rudkowski with you, and he's in my prayers. I pray for We Are Change frequently, and for the safety and well-being of everybody to do with Alex and yourself, and everybody to do with your program, because you're doing a wonderful job that nobody else is doing.
Well, thank you.
And so we appreciate it. You mentioned people that were in Invisible Empire. I've ordered it but have not received it yet. Mm-hmm. You mentioned Rohrbacher. He is my representative. Mm-hmm.
I will say this, Betsy, he is speaking out against the supposed New World Order.
Good.
Yes, he's not pro-New World Order.
I call their office frequently in D.C., and I've found that on most issues he seems to square with good thinking, and so I was going to be highly disappointed and down in his office with a broom. I mean,
well, let me say this, Betsy. Let me give you the quote. His quote is, "This used to be the United States of America, not the United States of the New World Order." Now, I'm not going to give Dana Rohrbacher a pass on everything. He is one of the few people out there that has discussed that there seems to be something more to the OKC bombings, but at the same time, he doesn't go as far as Jason Bermas and Invisible Empire. The one place where I really have to disagree with Dana is on the run-up to the Iraq War. He was constantly on Real Time with Bill Maher saying things like, the Iraqis are going to love it when we liberate them. He literally said that they would be throwing flowers at our feet. And I remember about 2 to 3 years after the invasion, he was confronted with that quote and said, well, we made a little bit of a mistake. So is Rohrbacher perfect? No, but I think I portray him in a pretty good light in the 10 seconds I give him in the film. Appreciate the call, Betsy.
I would agree with you, because I found that in the area of war and military, that's the area I don't agree with him. And would you please explain sea bombings? You mentioned that. You said in the area of sea bombings.
I'm not sure sea bombings, what I was talking about, or you must have misheard me. I appreciate the call, Betsy. I didn't say anything about sea bombings while you were on the air, right, Luke? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know anything about sea bombing.
I'm not sure what the terminology means. Let's go to Jesse in Texas. Jesse, you're on the line.
Hey, Luke. Hey, Jason. What's up, man?
How you doing?
I had the honor to show a few people the what's that with it's a film by Alex Jones. It's the
Road to Tyranny?
Obama Deception.
Yes, the Obama Deception.
And
sure.
he actually, yeah. And he actually said, you know what, you're absolutely right about everything. And he even put it on MySpace and on Facebook and on every
Well, that's
single
what's so important about these
social-
films, Jesse, is that you take the ball and run with it. You get the link to Invisible Empire and you post it all over your Facebook. You post it on the social networking sites. You get on the Colbert forums and you get on the Limbaugh forums and the Hannity forums and you say, hey, check this movie out. That's why we put all this information out for free. Let me repeat that, for free.